Welcome to FilmIn5D, the show about everything film with the 5D Mark II. I'm your host, Aaron Hammock, and this week we have our third episode on pre-production with an intro to storyboarding.
Third time's a charm, right?
Third time's a charm. There's like 3 more to go.
The new MacBook Pro is built for the very highest levels of performance.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Wow, PC, what's gotten into you?
I just wanted to congratulate you on your new MacBook Pro.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. You know, we're really proud of it here at Apple, and it's the first laptop with a Retina display.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm super jealous.
Okay, I mean, it's got some great specs.
I'm also super jealous about the fact that you can upgrade the RAM up to 16 gigabytes.
Thanks. But
And you don't even have to worry about upgrading it at a later point, because you can't.
Really, PC, we got off to such a great start.
What are you talking about? We both know how much you love to limit user customization. Just embrace it.
Look, man, everyone can upgrade the RAM at the time of purchase.
For $200.
Yes, we here at Apple understand that a majority of our customers do not expect to be configuring their MacBooks anytime soon.
So I guess that explains the custom screws that are essentially impossible to remove for most people.
What's the point of this?
I don't know. Just ask Siri.
That's a good idea. Life.
Avoid eating fat. Read a good book every now and then. Get some walking and try to live together in peace and harmony with people of all creeds and nations.
So this week, I'm going to be talking about storyboarding. Now for me, this process takes place somewhere between the finalization of the script and putting together a shot list. When I storyboard, I actually use an app on my iPhone called Cinematic HD Storyboard Composer, which I talked about at length in this episode. This app can help you pace out and define a rhythm to your story that would otherwise be difficult to get using a standard storyboard method where you would draw out parts of a scene. Now, your storyboard doesn't need to include a box for every single shot, but rather in a given scene clearly depict what goes on and what everything looks like. For example, if you're a director who's written a script, you and you alone know what everything looks like within your story, so the storyboarding process helps everyone else on your crew visualize what's taking place. Now, in an independent production, this can work to generate excitement and motivation where everyone is volunteering their time. Another way that creating a storyboard can help you is to get funding for a project. For example, when Ridley Scott, the director of Prometheus, which just recently came out, was writing his first big hit, Alien, he was able to get the producers to triple his budget when he showed them a very detailed and original storyboard. In fact, if you're writing a story that you're hoping will get picked up by a production company, definitely toss aside your iPhone and take the time to actually draw out your storyboard. In fact, for the new Hobbit film coming out at the end of this year, Peter Jackson is actually having his team draw out the tabs in 3D with both blue and red versions. Since the film will be shot in 3D on the Red Epic, this will help Peter Jackson to further visualize what the film should look like before they even begin production. Here's a quick guideline for what you should definitely include in your storyboard. Obviously, you have the picture, which I know not everybody out there, including myself, is an artist, but do your best to illustrate the confines of a given scene. You can of course use stick figures for less important characters, but try your best to include fine detail. For example, if I went back and did a storyboard for my short film Death, I wouldn't want to depict the Grim Reaper with a stick figure, but rather a detailed image of a hooded silhouette-like figure. Also, be sure to include a short description of what takes place in the scene, as well as some bullet points with more detailed description like the intensity or animation of the lights, for example. You can also include the projected length of a scene, but in my opinion, it's best to keep this information to yourself because you don't want your actors or actresses to be concerned with how long a scene is supposed to be. But that's it for this week. Remember that you have until Thursday to send in your tweets for a chance to be featured on an episode of FilmIn5D next month. You can send any questions to me via @mentions on twitter.com/AaronHammock. Also follow the show's Twitter at FilmIn5D or like our page at this link here. We'll be back next week to talk about the new Adobe CS6.
So how was Snow White?
Dude, Snow White. Man.
You have the Twilight chick in it, right?
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. Dude, I literally thought that movie was 3 hours long. Like, got out my phone to send a tweet about how long it was and how every single scene could have been cut to a shorter length or cut out completely, and then I realized it was only 2 hours long. I could not believe it. I almost fell asleep like 5 times. And Chris Hemsworth was great though. And I actually kind of liked Charlize Theron in it, even though I usually don't like her. But Chris Hemsworth was definitely like proving himself. He didn't even use his Australian accent this time, so that was See you next week.
Also super jealous about the fact that you can upgrade your RAM up to 16 gigabytes.
Thanks.
And you don't even have to worry about upgrading at a later point because you can't.
Really, PC? You guys are such a good start.